Okay, let's go ahead and start with the third one. Between sleep and death, Tintoawa has a worried expression on his face. Ah, just the person I wanted to see. I'd like to ask your advice on a certain matter, if you don't mind. It's been a while since my last letter to Lozaniqui. I wanted to wait until I discovered something worth sharing to write her, but we're still completely in the dark. I don't want her to worry, but I don't know what to tell her. Tell her how much you miss her. Tell her you're in good spirits, that will suffice. Whatever you write down, don't make her wait too long. Yeah, let's just go with the spirits. You might be right. Silence might make her think that something terrible has happened. Alright, I'll start right away. I may not have much time left, excuse me? Oh, he's probably gonna fall asleep. Oh, don't misunderstand. It's nothing so grave as that. It's just... the last time I used the cradle was just before it was stolen. Luckily, I'm still as alert as I've ever been, but it won't be long until I must dream like any other. You know, that's another thing I hadn't even thought of, is that this guy's literally never had dreams. And this kind of goes against the whole, like, point of sleep is to, like, people who don't have dreams, like, are literally, literally, more depressed than other people. It's, like, literally, like, you need to dream. It's like, the fact that this guy doesn't sleep at all is, like, completely is gonna mess up his psyche. But, of course, this is a fantasy game, and this is fiction, so let's just go with it. That will give Leafine free rein while I'm helpless in bed. There is no quarry more dangerous than one who doesn't sleep. We have to see this through before that happens. That's right, she gets to absorb the sleep from others. In the same way that he used to use it. Oh, big news! Mr. Mason, Master Tintoawa. We have received reports that several groups of Temple Knights have fallen afoul of what can only be your stolen artifact. Several? Let me guess. They were all guarding someone else. You would be correct. It is the duty of a knight to protect those who cannot protect themselves. If we failed at even the most basic function, then our honor means nothing. As if the incident near Camp Dragonhead was not shameful enough, the knights in those most recent attacks were left in quite compromising positions. What? Is she placing them all like that? Yet the weight of embarrassment is a trifle compared to the guilt we would bear if any innocent came to harm. The Fury was merciful in that respect. Yeah, about the Fury, let's just pretend we didn't see what happened in the Alliance raids. But we would rather not see these incidents repeat. Still, while the Temple Knights must work to repair their reputation in the days ahead, 'tis a far cry from bringing Ishgard crumbling to its knees. Truth be told, the methods of the Passage of the Unbound leave me mystified. Yeah, that's because they're, incompetent. But Leafine was cunning, if nothing else. Till we can discern her true motivations, we have little recourse but to wait until she makes a mistake. Perhaps she gets her jollies from seeing people humiliated. She may be testing the limit of the artifact's power. Well, that's a little more serious. Then you suggest she has a great purpose in mind for it, and these incidents are simply a prelude? We cannot discount that theory, I admit. We shall remain vigilant. Right. There's no telling how much chaos she can sow if left unchecked. We have to do everything we can to get the cradle out of her clutches. Bro, we're working on it. Calm down. And to do that, we have to start asking the right questions. This new information makes me wonder, why has she focused her attention on the Temple Knights? So she can get revenge for them kicking her out for whatever stupid thing she did. I've pondered the same. Posted at Camp Dragonhead are knights from the many houses of repute, including House Fortemps. Being a former temporal knight herself, Leofine doubtless knows their habits and training. Perhaps that makes it easier for her to exploit their weaknesses. Then if we follow the knights, we may pick up her trail. It's not ideal, but it's the best we have to go on. Well, a large contingent of knights has but recently been dispatched to Korthus. You remember Gorgain Mills, right? I remember the name, I don't know who that was. It has lain abandoned ever since the heretics were driven from it. Oh yeah, that was at the beginning of Heavensward. Yet there is ever the risk that unsavory elements might infest it once again. Thus have the Temple Knights planned joint patrols of its premises with other contingents. If you speak with Sir Redwald at Falcon's Nest, I'm certain he would be glad to have you along. Alright, let's head on over there. Alright, now this is what I was complaining about earlier when we were trying to leave through the south. For whatever reason, they don't have a thing here to go out this exit, which doesn't make any sense because they do that in like every other city. There's a aetheryte teleport out the gate, like literally outside of each one of the exit points in the city. But for whatever reason, they didn't add one for this side. Maybe it's because they're in the story, I think you like have to have your black chocobo to fly or something. Either way, it's not that much of a pain. Let's go ahead and talk with Redwald here. Not Redwald, Redwald. Is that Mistress Mason I see? Of course. You are ever welcome in Falcon's Nest. Yet I believe I do not know your companion here. Indeed, whispers of the Temple Knight's humiliations have reached us even here. Falling asleep while on duty, I dared not believe the stories, but it seems there was truth in them after all. They fell asleep, true, but it wasn't their fault. We suspect they fell victim to an enemy wielding a powerful artifact. A heretic artifact? We must execute the ones of their tribe. Now the rumors failed to mention anything like that. If it can lull even trained warriors to sleep, then we must treat it as a serious threat. Nevertheless, if one knight falls, another is always at the ready to take their place. So long as this artifact cannot be put an entire regiment under its spell, I believe we are well positioned to combat it. Interesting. The idea of your allies falling in battle doesn't seem to disturb you at all. Trust me, kid, I've seen a lot of shit. Where I hail from, a single warrior is responsible for the safety of his entire village. Yeah, well, we have a lot more bodies we can throw at it. Make no mistake, we do not doubt our allies' mettle, and we mourn every loss. Yet each man and woman here knows that if they must quit the battle, another sword just as fierce will take their place. To know that an ally has your back, it would allow you to fight with abandon. Yeah, but is it a reckless abandon? Now, you believe this Leofine might take interest in our activities at Gorgonane Mills? Yes? A party has already left, accompanied by a group of temple knights. If your suspicions are correct, and they are at risk, I would ask that you follow in their tracks and ensure they have not fallen victim to foul play. The mills can be found in the north. Yes, I know, it's on my map. What map? Nothing. Just across the Black Iron Bridge. The party should be arriving there soon, conditions permitting. These conditions look great. You know, the rain that's falling horizontally, or the snow. We have to reach them before Leafine does. Are you sure Leafine is heading there? Because I think you're just jumping to conclusions and making assumptions. I would talk to him. Actually, no, I'm gonna try talking to him, see if, nope. Just a side quest. Maybe I would get another dialogue option if I had finished that side quest, but we're obviously not gonna do that right now. Anyway, let's head on up to the mill. Yeah, that's where you meet Iceheart for the first time, or not the first time. When you meet up with, or you find Iceheart and some of her people in the basement towards the beginning of the story, if I recall correctly. It's been so long since I did Heaven's Ward. Like literally, it's been like 3-4 years now. Yeah, I think it's almost been 4 years since I did Heaven's Ward. Oh, looks like we didn't get here in time. We're too late. They're fast asleep. But Redwald gave the impression there was more. These knights must have been the lookouts. Uh-oh. We should awaken them, but keep our eyes peeled for Leafine. I'll rise these ones, Brilliant. You search that building yonder. You mean the mill? They haven't been left in embarrassing positions, but this bears Leafine's mark all the same. Well, that's true. I'll rise this lot awake. You search the building over there. Yes. Let's head into the basement. Just go riding on in. There we go. It didn't open for a second. Oh, there we go. Who the hells are you? How'd you get past the guards? What? Oh, that's actually the first time, I think. Have they ever done that before? Where it stops you and plays dialogue like that without doing an explicit cutscene? Or without doing like you having to like talk to someone like that? Anyway, this is gonna go well. And I've got a really bad habit of using my upheaval before I actually finish doing Storm's Eye. And so I've been trying to break that ever since I realized, like, oh, right, that's suboptimal. Anyway, you okay, bro? Doesn't look like you guys are asleep. It's you. Thank the fury you arrived when you did. Those thugs struck when our backs were turned. I assumed the Temple Knights were protecting the entrance, so I wasn't as cautious as I should have been. Were they killed? Nope, don't worry, they were just put to sleep, somehow. Because what's her name? Neophine isn't here. Or Leafine? Yeah. Sleeping? I've heard the stories, of course, but I didn't think they were true. Whoever is behind this, I'm sure they didn't count on you showing up. Well, that's for sure. For now, we shall tend to our wounds and then finish our inspection here. Mistress Mason, I ask that you join the knights outside and wait until we're finished. Well, I think we found her. Ah, as I thought. Just when I was becoming bored, I sighted a familiar face among these slumbering knights. I simply had to come and make sure it was you. You finally found the courage to show yourself. Hand over the cradle now, and I won't kill you. Dude, it's like 5-on-1. What are you talking about? What did they call you again? The Wide Eye. You must have had quite the journey to come this far. Oh, now we're good. Because I can take like 10 at once. Be careful, Brillian. This is our quarry. The thief who stole the cradle from the sleepless. This is Leofine. That is your ally? Their arms hardly look fit to hold a sword, except I'm holding an axe, ma'am. Who is to say they do not seek your artifact for themselves? You know, I mean, that's not a bad, I mean, no, I would never do that. It matters not, I suppose. Before you both throw your lives away, I suggest you think for a moment. Is the cause you fight for worth the sacrifice? Yeah? Also, I'm not throwing my life away, I can take all of you at once. So few of us know true freedom. If there is aught you would grasp with your own hands, do so before they wither and your eyes shut for the last time. The codes and rules that would bind men are mere illusions. Open your eyes, truly open them, and you shall see a path all your own. Only a fool would waste their life in the struggle of another. It sounds like the Dark Knight version of myself. Quit spouting nonsense. Nonsense? Perhaps. I'm here because of another, after all. Apiahi, who came to me at the height of my debauchery and welcomed me into her devious brotherhood. She guided me to great power, yes, and now I lead others upon the unbound path. Yet, truth be told, I have little interest in seeing where it ends. To tear down the world's nations, Ishgard among them, and usher the world into, well, what does it matter? Yet I do derive great pleasure in shaming the Temple Knights, in seeing the snickers and jeers deflate their pompous stride as they walk down the streets. If this artifact can hasten their fall from grace, I believe I shall keep it. Wait, never sleeping unless you go Super Saiyan? Yeah, I definitely want this artifact now. I know the path I walk, the one that leads to your downfall. And I won't abandon it. I'll take the cradle back. And then I'll fall asleep. Yep. Yeah, I saw that coming. Oh dear, you seem to have lost your train of thought. I know you cannot hear me, but if you want your artifact back, I suggest stealing it from me while I'm asleep. But considering the burden I've just passed on to you, that opportunity may not come for some time yet. Why, I feel absolutely transcendent. To think the shackles of fatigue weighed so heavily. Alas, it appears the artifact needs its own repose of sorts. No matter, I've learned more than enough to take my next step. See to it that this lot is disposed of. 'Tis the least you can do for the freedom I've given you. Well, time to take out some more nameless thugs. I'm really good at that. You know, actually, I'm good at killing in general, but, you know. Also. Oh, I was gonna say, if I just don't stand in the circle, then, like, I don't think we really have a problem. Oh, guess they're dead. Anyway, time to wake up, sleepyhead. That's a long bar. Try as you might to rouse Tenta Awa. He seems completely detached from the waking world. Well, considering he's literally never fallen asleep, I think he's probably gonna need a bit of time. Probably got a lot of dreams to make up for. It looks like you've saved us twice today. Thank you. But what of him? Oh, he's gonna be out for a while. Fast asleep, just as we were. Could this be what Sir Firm Albert warned us of in his report? Yeah, pretty much. I see. Then those stories are more than just wicked rumors. I suppose there is some small comfort in the fact that our enemy tipped their hand without causing loss of life. While the drowsiness made my eyes heavy, my ears could not mistake Leofine's arrogant voice. If she would not scruple to attack former comrades in arms, then she has fallen further than I dared imagine. Yet we bear the blame for allowing her to get the upper hand, and in so doing, put innocent lives in danger. Another black mark on our order. 'Twas only thanks to you and your companion's efforts that the snow was not stained red this day. At the very least, allow us to carry him to the congregation. Yeah, I saw that at least 2 of the quests weren't started from him, so I kind of figured he was going to be out of commission for a little bit. Our work here is done, so we shall accompany them as far as Falcon's Nest. Brilliant. Pray return to Ishgard and look after your friend. Do I have to? Alright, let's teleport on back to Ishgard. That should be the end of the quest, right? Yes. Let's go ahead and wrap up this one with Firm Albert. Full glad am I to see you well, Mistress Mason. I understand you come fresh from an encounter with none other than Leofine. Master Tenta Awa now rests on the 2nd floor. We shall stand vigil by his side every moment until he opens his eyes again. We should not have long to wait, but if you wish to check on him, please do so at your leisure. There is another matter to discuss. Just before your departure to Grogain Mills, it seems there was another incident. A group of criminals were released from their cells, their guards found in a deep sleep. Doubtless Leofine was behind this. And doubtless the ruffians you clashed with were the self-same criminals. Right, she did say about granting them freedom. Leofine is gathering those who bear a grudge against the Temple Knights to her side, and using this animosity to her advantage. We now know for certain that Leofine is the mastermind of these attacks, and that her aim is to chip away at the very foundation of the Temple Knights, our honor. When I shared these revelations with my superiors, it was decided that none would speak publicly of the artifact and its powers. Doesn't that sound like a good excuse? Well, it does sound like they're making excuses, though. The passage of the Unbound seeks to overthrow the nations of the world. One obvious method to achieve this goal would be to stoke the flames of unrest among the common folk, thus sinking Ishgard into a mire of chaos and distrust, not unlike the blasphemies of the final days. So long as these failures are placed squarely on the shoulders of the Temple Knights, we can avoid fomenting? We can avoid fomenting a more abiding mistrust in the nation's very core. For Ishgard's peace, I would gladly suffer any disgrace. The question remains as to whether we can apprehend Leofine before she tears our reputation to tatters. While Master Tentaawa slumbers, it falls to us to search for clues that might point towards her whereabouts. Sounds good to me.